Hey guys, so it's Shay and I'm back for another video now. So what I'm going to be talking about is, if you guys watch the Dolan twins, you probably know that they were kicking off their tour on Saturday, and I actually had the chance to go. So I'm just going to talk a little about it, my experience, and if you should go or not. So the Dolan twins announced their tour dates a while back, and I totally forgot about it, and my friend texted me and she was like, look, like they're going on tour, let's get tickets. And I was like, well, the closest place is in New Jersey, and if you don't know me, I live in a small town like right outside of Philly, so that's kind of a long drive for us. And so I was like, I don't know if we'd be able to find someone to take us, like that's a really long drive. But her dad was willing to take us, and so we actually got tickets, not VIP tickets, just normal general tickets to go. So I was really excited, and the time finally came on Saturday night that it was the day of the show. So we left like super early. The show didn't start till 7 and we were out the door by 2:30. So we drove 2 hours to get to New Jersey, to the place where it was held. And then once we got there, when we got out of the car, my friend actually, like, this was so funny for me to watch, but it was not fun for her at all. A seagull actually pooped on her, and it, like, got in her hair and on her shoulder and everything. She was freaking out, but it was so funny. Her dad was like, Kayla, that's good luck. And she was like, it's not good luck, Dad. But anyway, so that was just really funny. And so we went in, we talked to the guards because we had no idea what we were doing. So we went in and we got our tickets, which was so weird because we had printed out tickets and then you had to go get a physical like form of tickets, and then you had to get back in line to get wristbands. Okay, so you have 2 pairs of tickets and now a wristband. So we waited in line, which wasn't that long, and we got our wristband, and we were like, okay, so like this is fine, like we're early, but that's okay because there were a lot of people already there. And so once we got our wristbands, we were allowed to go inside, where like not in the actual room where it was being held, but like inside this waiting room. So we stood in the line for merch, but it was so long, and it was ridiculously long. So we were like, let's just get merch after the show. And so we went into the room where you would have to wait in your colored section. So like we had general standing tickets, so we got red wristbands. So they had it sectioned off for like your colored wristbands. So we go in there. We were there really early, so we were only a few people in there with us. And so it was fine for a while, but then like about an hour later it really started to, like, a lot of people started coming and joining us. And, like, there were these 5-year-olds, and they were, like, to me and my friend, I was like, do you want to fight? Because, like, I'm 15. Like, you're 5. You're literally 5 years old. Like, fight me. And so they were like, oh, my God. I was like, so we were kind of, like, just ignoring them. But while we were in the standing room, we were, like, it was so crowded. And then, like, the doors to the actual venue, every time a guard would open them, everyone would start screaming. And it's like, if you checked their Snapchat, they weren't even in there. So why are you screaming? Like, shut up. It was so annoying. But so then they opened the door for VIP after 3 hours of us waiting. And then we had to wait like another half hour because everyone just ran. And we were like, they told us they were going to put us in by sections, not, like, they opened the door for VIP, not just general admission. And so we just stayed in our spot because we were like, they're not in there, they opened the door for VIP and they're sending everyone back anyway. And so we stood there and we actually ended up meeting 2 girls, shout out to Ava and Brittany, because they were, like, the only 2 sane people there, and they were like, these girls be, like, they were really chill, and I'm really glad we met them because we actually, like, exchanged our Snapchats and everything, and we have each other's number, and we're gonna meet up over the summer sometime, so that's really fun. But, so we were just standing there with Ava and Brittany, like, just talking about how everyone was crazy for running because they're not gonna let you in anyway. So everyone came back, and we were squished again. And like another 15 minutes went by, and everyone just started running up to the door again, and they let everyone in. We were like, what the heck? Like, you told us you were gonna let us in by number and color. So here we are, like, listening to the rules, and then everyone just runs in. We're like, what the heck? So this, like, the security guards were doing nothing. This event was so unorganized, like, I can't, like, oh my god. And so then we just walked up and we got in line and they let us in. The room was pretty big, but it was really hot, and I think during the show like 20 fans were hospitalized because they all like passed out, so that was another bad thing. But once we got into the room, we got yelled at by a guard because we had to find a bathroom, and then we went out the wrong way, which was what another guard told us to do. And then the other guard was like, you can't go out here, and we were like, oh my god. And then, so we went back into the general admission standing room. Everyone was crowding the stage. They didn't have barricades up against the stage. Like, fans could literally climb onto the stage. Like, how stupid is that? And so then, so we were in the back because we got a better view anyway. So we were like right where fans who didn't have posters, we were like right behind them, so we got a perfect view. And so it was really nice. But the show started, right? They run out on stage and everything. I'm not gonna spoil anything because if you want to see it, you have to go see it. But they did this game that ended up with Grayson taking off his shirt. Pray for me. Okay, so that just made everyone a little like, oh my god. And everyone started freaking out because, oh my god, there's a Dolan twin without their shirt on. And so everyone started getting like really excited, and so more people started passing out. And so 2 girls got punched in the face because they were fighting over t-shirts. And so we actually had to have cops come in, and the boys actually had to get off stage because everyone was freaking out, people were passing out, people were like nauseous and everything. So they got off the stage, they started tweeting out to like calm down and everything. If you saw that on their Twitter, yeah, that was for us. And so the guard came out, and like I think their manager like came out on stage. I don't know who it was, like I don't know if it was just like someone that worked at the iPlay Center or something, but their manager came out and he went up on stage and got a mic, and he was like, look, like everyone needs to calm down, take a breather, like people are passing out and stuff. And so we actually had to end up sitting for the rest of the show, which for the Dolan twins was fine, but when Alex came out and started singing, like, I wanted to get up and dance. Like, this kid can sing, like, I want to get up and dance. But, the people in the middle section were, like, crowding the stage, and so he had to have everyone back up a bunch and sit down. But, I mean, that gave us a better view, so I guess that's okay. It was really hot, and the security guards didn't know what they were doing. Like, so there were pillars, like, in the middle of the room, and they were standing on these boxes that were, like, right in front of the pillars. And I was like, why are you standing on pillars? Get up and, like, do your job. Like, don't just stand there. So, I mean, that was kind of dumb. But, I mean, overall, it was a good show, but they were off stage for, like, an hour because no one was listening, because they all wanted to, oh my god, like, so they were off stage for about an hour, and I feel like they had to cut a pretty good amount of the show off. But, I mean, overall, it was a nice show. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I really liked Alex singing. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I haven't watched Alex before until I saw him live. And I was like, oh my god, like, his voice. Like, I didn't know that kid could sing. But, so one thing that I really liked was that, so you know how it's called 4OU Tour? Well, they got these little, like, sticks, and they're, like, styrofoam. So they have these little 4OU sticks, and they're styrofoam, and they light up and stuff. And so these were $10, but the only reason why I got one was because Ethan and Grayson made it so that all the people who bought these, the money would go to a charity called I Am That Girl. And oh my god, you need to look it up because it is so sweet. It's like to tell girls that, like, you know, don't have standards, like, for girls. Like, we can be our own people and, like, you know, makeup, like, and everything. It's just a really good charity, and I thought that they were so nice for being able to donate the proceeds to that charity, and I feel like they were really sweet for doing that. And so that's why I got one, because I wanted to support it and everything. So that was one of my favorite parts that they did, because it was special, and they did like a whole message thing and said how special it was and everything. So after the show ended, there was so many people left in the general admission standing room, and so they had like screens on either side, and so it said, like, if you have a VIP ticket, please stay in here. So me and my friend were like, you think we can like sneak in? Because we wanted to meet them. Like, I want to meet the Dolan twins. And so we were like, you think we can sneak in and stay? But it ended up that, like, you had to have a VIP, like, lanyard thing, and we only had bracelets. So we were like, yeah, it's not going to work. So we ended up having to say goodbye to our friends because they had to go home. And so we got pictures together and everything, and I miss them so much because they were really cool. Brittany was like, I'm really glad we met you guys, because if we didn't, we'd probably be in like 10 fights by now. I was like, honestly, I feel that. So we ended up saying goodbye to our friends, and then we walked out to get merch. Well, we were like, okay, it's gonna be crowded. It was so crowded, okay? We were like, what the heck is going on? And everyone started screaming. I was like, what are they screaming for? Like, it's just merch. Like, yeah, I'm excited too, but why are you screaming? So Kayla's dad is like super tall, so he looked up and he was like, that Alex kid is there. So we're like, oh my god, Alex. And so I actually ended up touching Alex because his bodyguards were like, move out of the way and everything, and he ran right past me. I was like, hey. So that was really funny. But we ended up getting merch, and yeah, this is one of the shirts. And after that, I mean, I enjoyed the show a lot, but it was so unorganized. And I'm just telling you now, if you can't handle being squished by people, if you can't handle like sweating in a room, and if you can't handle millions of girls screaming and your ears shattering and bleeding, don't go. Honestly, don't go, because that's why so many people passed out. Like, it was not okay how many people passed out. But then again, it's kind of their fault, because they probably weren't drinking water, they probably didn't eat anything. But overall, I really liked it, and I think for $30 for a general admission ticket, like, I had a lot of fun. Like, even standing in the, like, even the general admission, like, room for while you were waiting for the doors to open, like, I met a lot of cool people, and we all followed each other on Twitter, and it was really cool, like, meeting people that shared the same interests as you and stuff. It's just, it was so unorganized, and that really made me upset. So if you can handle everything, I definitely think going to the 4OU tour is definitely worth it, because overall it was their first show, and their first show is always kind of like messed up because, you know, they need to fix things from mistakes. And so, you know, if you like the Dolan twins or Alex, like, you should really go, because it was really fun, and I had a lot of fun. Like, they were really happy, like, they were tweeting stuff out and stuff. So it's like, I think you should go. It's really fun. Like, have a good time. Like, you're in a room full of people that are all there for the same interests. Like, go have fun, meet some people, make some friends. It's really fun. So, that's really all I have to say. Yeah, that's it. So if you want to share your experience with me, if you're going to a tour, or if you have any questions, you can comment down below. I'll put all my social medias in the Dropbox. Yeah, I'll see you guys next week with a new video. Bye!